Which inequality can be represented by the graph? Okay, is it this one, this one, this one, or this one? There are four different inequalities here. And we got to pick one of these four. All right? Now, see the line here? It's in black. Let's just think about the line for a minute here. We'll come back to all this other stuff in a minute. Just let's get the equation of this line. Okay? Now there's the point 0, 0. That's the origin. Moving up to where we get it to our line, that's 0, 1. The point on the line is 0, 2. Okay, there's a point on that line. Now, the general formula for the equation of a line, this is called the slope, where m is the slope, and b is the intercept. This is called the slope-intercept form of the line. And I know x is 0. When x is 0, y is 2. That's the point on that line. So I'm in place of y, I'm going to put a 2, and in place of the x here, I'm going to put the 0. So put the y over here and the 0 over here. What is 0 times m, or m times 0 is 0, isn't it? So that tells me b is 2. When x is 0, b is 2. So come up here and put a 2 right there. Now let's look at the slope now. The slope-intercept, so let's look at the slope. Let's put another point on the line right here. This went up 1 and over 1, didn't it? So the slope is 1. But double check ourselves. Give me another point up here on the line. Yep, up 1, over 1. So the slope is 1. Okay? So here's my slope-intercept form where m here, substitute 1 in for the m. Okay? And we already know that b was 2, so we'll have 2 right here. So this is my equation of the line, okay? Now, we're trying to find points on this side of that line. This is the equation of the line. We want points on up here, okay? Let's just pick a point up there. Say this point. We're going 3 to the left and up 3. 3 to the left and up 3. Okay, that tells me, let's look what x are. X is negative 3 and y is plus 3. So there's your y. Here's your x. We're going to add 2 to that, aren't we? And we know what's negative 3 and plus 2 is a negative 1. And I know 3 is bigger than minus 1. So my equation here, y, is going to have a larger than or equal to, greater than or equal to sign right here. This is this inequality right here. Okay? You got to have the equal sign right here, the little line here, because you also have a solid line right here. So you're including the line. If this had been a greater than, you'd have a dashed line right here. So of my four choices here, if I have to pick one of these four, I'm going to pick this one. But what's wrong with this one? What's wrong with that? Well, let's see. We're going to solve this for y. Solve this for y, so I want to have a plus y on both sides. I don't want the minus y, I want a plus y. Add y to both sides. Bring down the x. Bring down the greater than or equal to sign. Bring down the others, okay? Then we need to get y by itself, so we're going to eliminate this. Do its opposite, so you have x plus b is greater than y. So if you want to write the y first and then the x plus b, you're going to have to point that thing. See how the arrow is pointing at the y? So the arrow must point at the what? At the y. So if this is greater than this, then this is smaller than this. Now that looks pretty close to our answer, but do you see a difference between f and g? This is g. This is f. What is this sign right here? And what's this sign right here? They're different, aren't they? This is greater than. If you solve this for y, you get a less than. So we eliminate g. Now we have to look at look at h. Okay? We know f is right, but what's wrong with h? What's wrong with this? Okay? Solve this for y. We're going to get rid of the x. So y is less than b minus x, or y is less than negative x plus b. Here are our 4 examples. I should have y is greater than x. Here I have y is less than negative x plus b. It should be a greater than sign and an x. So we throw out h. Okay? Now look at j. Look at j. Let's find out what's wrong with that. Okay? I don't like having a negative y. I will add y to both sides. Okay? Add y to both sides. You're going to get a 0 here. Bring that down. Bring this down. Bring that down. And bring that down. Now, we want to get y by itself, so I have to get rid of the x and the b. First of all, get rid of the x. But while we're at it, go ahead and get rid of the b too. Alright? So bring down the negative x. Bring down the negative b. Bring down the less than. And bring down the y. Now this time we're pointing at the b, aren't we? We're not pointing at the y, are we? So if we put y first and this other stuff next, I want to point at something besides y, huh? It's pointing at all this. This is pointing at this. Now, what is wrong with this? Okay, I should have y is greater than x, not negative x. Okay? So this is wrong. And that makes this my only answer that works.